So the Knicks just wrapped up their first season with Karl Anthony Towns in the mix. And yeah, he's technically locked in for the next 3 years, but let's be honest. There are already rumblings that New York might bounce him this summer. Bleacher Report even dug into this. They said, first things first, the Knicks gotta find a new coach now that Tibbs is out. But right after that, they've got to figure out what they are going to do with Cat. So besides filling the spot of Tom Thibodeau, the big question is Karl Anthony Towns a center or a power forward? Like, what position does he actually play? Where does it make sense with the New York Knicks? Because if they decide he's their man at the 5, they've got to rework the squad around that. Get him shooting more threes, build some actual chemistry with Jalen Brunson, and most importantly, find someone who can play defense and clean up the mess when Cat and Brunson get torched on that end. But if they're like, nah, let's use him at the 4, then things get even more complicated. Mitchell Robinson, already there doing his thing, but he's not exactly someone you want playing over 30 minutes a night. And if Cat's still doing some of that center stuff off the bench, they'll need a solid third big man. Maybe they can get in on someone like Al Horford, maybe Brook Lopez. And that's if those guys are even up for grabs. Then there's the question, is Cat too expensive for what he brings? He's still owed over $170 million the next 3 years. That's a lot of money to drop on someone that you're not even sure fits your team. So if they decide to trade him, what can they even get back? When they brought him in, it kind of felt like a panic move to patch up the center spot, but then Mitchell Robinson steps up big time. He ends up starting all the way through the Eastern Conference Finals. It's wild. Bottom line, the coaching hire is the first domino. Who is going to replace Tom Thibodeau? Whoever gets that job is going to have to make the call. Do you ride with Cat as the 5? Do you play him at the 4? Do you move on completely? Whatever that answer is, it's going to shape what the Knicks look like next season, and probably way beyond that too. And guys, who would have thought it would be so hard to find a coach for the Knicks? The Knicks have tried and failed to get interviews with Ime Udoka, Jason Kidd, Billy Donovan, Quinn Snyder, and Chris Finch. So, what is a New York Knick to do? Well, Sam Amick over at The Athletic says the team is zeroing in on 2 very interesting candidates. The first is Mike Brown. He has been a head coach 4 times for 3 different teams. He had 2 stints with the Cavs. He coached the Lakers. Most recently was the coach of the Kings before being let go this past season. He was also an assistant with the Warriors during their most recent championship. The other name gaining some traction is former Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins. Now, this would not be the first time the Knicks got a fired Grizzlies coach. They did it several years ago with Dave Fizdale, and it went about as badly as it could have gone. But Taylor Jenkins is actually pretty good. He comes from some recent success with the Grizz, coached Memphis for nearly 6 years before being fired with only 9 games remaining this season. During that time, he won Coach of the Year and led the Grizzlies to the Western Conference Finals. So with a roster that is clearly designed to compete for a championship now, many believe the Knicks would be best served by hiring a head coach with previous experience leading an NBA team. However, if the organization decides to go in a different direction, if they decide to bring in a first-time head coach, one intriguing candidate to keep an eye on is Sam Cassell. The Knicks are in win-now mode, no question. So yeah, most people think they should go grab a coach who's been around the block. Makes sense. But if they decide to shake it up, roll with a rookie head coach, Sam Cassell deserves some attention. He's been putting in work for years, 15 of them as an assistant coach. He helped John Wall in D.C. back in the day. He was part of Lob City with the Clippers. He held it down with Doc Rivers in Philly. Now he's part of the Celtics crew with Joe Mazzulla. He's been everywhere and seen everything. And even though he's never been an NBA head coach, let's not act like he's a newbie. He has got rings, 3 rings from his playing days with the Rockets and Celtics, and he just got another as a coach with Boston. So he knows what it takes to win, whether he is in sneakers, whether he's on the sidelines. If the Knicks go with him, he would definitely juice up the offense. No more standing around, watching ISO ball. Also, he would bring the best out of Knicks young players like Tyler Kolek, Pacome Dadiet, and Ariel Hukporti. Those guys have potential, I think. Cassell, he's the type of guy to actually tap into it. And let's be real, when you're gunning for the finals, having someone on the bench who's been there matters. Cassell's been on the league's biggest stage more than a few times. He's not just cool, he's clutch. if New York wants to make some noise, he might be the move that nobody sees coming, but he could be the move that everyone remembers. So big decisions for New York. What is going to happen with Karl Anthony Towns in terms of his position on the team, in terms of what he's going to be bringing to the squad next year? How will he gel with Jalen Brunson? In addition to that, you have questions regarding the Knicks head coach. You would think it would be a job that's very much in demand, but whoever they have tried to get, they have not been allowed to interview. So could be one of those things where they go with a coach that has experience. Could they go with a coach that is a bit of a rookie? Lots of questions on that front. Thank you for checking out the channel today. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you hit that subscribe button too so you don't miss another NBA video from me. Don't be a casual in basketball or in life, and I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report.